IGT, baby.
What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Junior Mafia coming back to you with another video. So we got to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. And man, this was a dope ass show. You know, we had some banger matches on there as well. The crowd was very electric. And one of the matches that stood out that literally was like a 5-star to me was Chad Gable versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. That stole the show, in my opinion, and it was fantastic. You know, which we thought was gonna probably be a simple match that, you know, turned out to be, you know, a quick finish. Nah, it was opportunities where we thought Rey Mysterio was actually gonna pull the upset and beat Gable. Especially every time when Gable tried to lock an ankle lock and he was able to get out of it, and Ray was able to hit multiple 619s onto him, and of course him doing the dive off the top rope, we think, okay, it going to be over right there. Nah, like that ended up being counted into an ankle lock. As much as he tried to get out of it, Chad Gable found a way to still keep the ankle lock locked in, you know, in many ways possible, and of course he ended up picking up the win. But I thought that was fantastic to see. You know, definitely enjoyed that a whole lot. You know, all other stuff with Big Cass came there and unfortunately packing up Javon Evans. You know, we had an impromptu match between him and JD McDonough. And, you know, just when he's leaving out and Javon saying, nah, like, I want all the smoke. Like, that's all you got. And he going in, Javon try to find some offense, you know, and gain momentum. But of course, you know, punk ass Dom gonna be in the mix. And of course, sent Javon through the ring post, and then that was all she wrote. That's when Big Cass took it from there and just packed him up. But, you know, it's good to see Cass in a dominant fashion. I want to see more of it, and hopefully they do put him in a match, you know, to rack up some wins now, because even though he's looked dominant and trying to pack up Javon Evans every week he get a chance to, eventually you want to start seeing him in matches. So I'm hoping we do see that, you know, in due time. So very good. We also had a segment to kick off the show with Stephanie coming out there calling out Liv Morgan, and of course Liv going out there and, you know, she pretty much was saying that you know, you telling me that I hold the title hostage for a long time and haven't defended, but guess what? I don't care. You know, saying she the greatest wrestler woman of all time, blah, 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 blah. So Stephanie calls her out, you know, into the ring, like, come in there. So, of course, the Judgment Day go in there with Roxanne, Raquel, and, of course, Liv herself. And, you know, Stephanie goes on the attack on Liv, and, you know, the numbers game is going to play a part. Then that caused Becky Lynch to come out there to even the odds. And when she was looking to go to attack one of them, I think it was Liv or Raquel, one of them, they ducked and she ended up mushing Stephanie by accident, but then turn her attention onto the Judgment Day. So, you know, Stephanie gonna feel a certain way, so she turns around. They started getting into a little scuffle and stuff like that, and of course, the Judgment Day looked to take advantage of it, and, you know, that led to, you know, them packing up Becky and, of course, Stephanie, and then they end up standing tall. So there was that. But I want to say this. Throughout the show, after that segment right there, you had the Usos coming out there who was excited and hyped on, especially Jay, after his victory last week over Solo, and he can hand deliver Roman Reigns, hand deliver Solo to Roman Reigns, and which was the focal point of tonight's show. So Solo coming in, he has a straight face. He's not even like acknowledging what Jamie and Jay doing. They just mocking him the whole entire night. So you see LA Knight on the corner, and he has this disappointed look, like, yo, like, it really resulted to this, so to speak. And Solo couldn't look at him and like damn, like, yeah, I lost. Like, I gotta charge it to the game. Like, this is what it is. So whole time Jimmy and Jay still mocks him and all that. And that was pretty much the whole duration of the night. So, later on in the show, you seen Jacob, and, you know, he arrives with, I mean, he ended up talking with Jimmy and Jay, and was letting me know, like, Jay talking about, you know, we got it done and all that too, and I did something that you couldn't do. And you see how Jacob kept calling him a punk ass and all that too. Jay's like, nah, now I'm receiving in, like, who's the punk ass now? So he's feeling himself the whole entire time, and he's just hyped about it. But you could tell Jacob's really pissed, and it's going to align itself towards the end of the show and all. So as it progresses and all that too, I definitely want to talk about the segment with Braun Breaker and Obafemi. So the Vision was backstage, and you got Logan yapping as always. I didn't really care that much about it, you know, because he's not the real deal of, you know, the Vision. Then you got like Jezebel, Maxine, and also Theory just yapping about they did to Tozawa and all that stuff, and try to pack him up, blah, 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 blah. But the whole entire time, Braun Breaker ain't paying him no mind. And Kathy Kelly asked him, you know, how you feel about Obafemi? Like, what's your response? He says, nothing. Like, anything I want to say to Oba, I'm going to say to his face. And man proceeded to go straight to the ring. And I was glad that happened right there. And he continued to distance himself from the Vision. This is what I've been waiting for the longest. And I'm glad they actually continue to stick with that. So he moved with a sense of urgency. He gets into the ring. And immediately he was saying, like, you know, I'm the future of WWE. And for Oba, if you want that, you got to take that from me. Drops his title down and calls him out. So he thinking Oba going to come out, but Paul Heyman comes out. So Paul Heyman comes out there, and he gets into the ring, and Braun asks the same question to Paul Heyman, and that was, do you think Obafemi is the future of WWE? So, but Paul was like he was about to answer. Oba wastes no time. His music hits, and crowds had an uproar. That Buffalo crowd was electric the whole night. Shout out to y'all. And you hear the Oba chants going real loud and all that. And Oba moving with a sense of urgency. So he gets into the ring. And he pretty much was saying that, you know, you calling yourself pretty much the future of WWE. We like, you know, as well as I know, and the fans know, how even Brock Lesnar even let it be known as well, who's the real future of the WWE and all that too. And said that if you want the smoke, if you want to deal with it, pick a time and place and we'll make that happen. So Braun is like, you know what? Let's do it right now. Like, I'm here to do it. And instantly Paul Heyman stops him and says, any movement past that, you know, it's a permanent suspension, or I think whatever it was. And I let it be known that, you know, for a box office match like this, a main attractive match like this, shouldn't be happening on a Monday Night Raw in Buffalo. It has to happen on a big stage to where, you know, it will mean something right now, and, you know, we can finally settle the score. And he mentions that he talked to Adam Pearce and decided to set this match up for Sunday night main event that is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, and Braun Breaker's hometown. And let it be known, like, listen, this will be your opportunity right now to make a statement and to prove to everybody that you the face of WWE, you the future and all that too. So telling Braun, like, pretty much the ball's in your court right now, you need to go take it and make a point. You at home, you got the home field advantage right now, so you need to sit there and put on a performance of a lifetime. So that's what Paul Heyman was telling Braun Breaker. And at this point, that shit ain't phasing Oba whatsoever and all that too. And, you know, as that happened, he shakes hands with Braun and he leaves out the ring. Paul Heyman shakes hands with Oba, and Braun sees that, and his face expression says it all. Like, yo, hold up. Like, you really shaking hands with this dude right here? And as Paul Heyman leaving out and he walked past Braun Breaker, he still had that puzzled look like, what the fuck? So I thought that was hilarious, but I'm going to be honest with you. This match is going to be so fucking good. I cannot wait. I feel like they're going to tear the house down and Sunday night main event. And we'll probably see who win that match low-key. I think it's going to be Obafemi, but on time I'm going to tell. But I got my chips forward on Oba to come out with the win and all. But I like how they've been building this up, you know, these last couple of weeks and all that too. So this has been fantastic, and I definitely enjoyed it. And now it's time we get to the nitty-gritty of things, and that is the main event. So Roman pulls up, and he's in the in a black truck. Jacob opened the door for him, and they start making their way towards the ring. And as they get in there, you know, he just oar farming as usual, pyro going off, and you know how the fans acknowledge him and all that stuff. So he says, when he gets in the ring, you hear the crowd saying Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, all that stuff. So he said, if it was up to me, I would have them just chant that all night and vibe out just like that. But we got some business to handle at this point, and I gotta waste some time. It's just some receipts that are gonna be collected. So let's go ahead and get it done. So he called out Solo, come out here, and the Usos comes out, and you just see Jimmy and Jay having a time in their life, just sit there, turn the fuck up and all that too. And when they bring out Solo, they sit here mocking this nigga the whole entire time as he's going down the ramp. Like, it was just crazy. You see this nigga Jay go away, pew, 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 like just mad stuff. Like, it was just hilarious. So Solo gets into the ring, and the whole time Roman has a straight face. He's not even smirking or none of that stuff. And he was saying, you know, never mind what the twins doing right now, and forget what the fans are saying. He said, I'm just pissed off right now, and I'm standing here in your face and all that stuff. And was just saying, like, yo, you think it's because of everything that happened just now and all, everything that went down 3 years ago is why I was real frustrated with you. And even had this promo package when they had the tribal combat on the Raw premiere when they was in LA, and how much, you know, the little follow being on the line and shit like that, and with him having his own Bloodline 2.0 and all that stuff. That's what Roman was really fed up on. So when he ended up beating Solo, which I know right now, and tell him you guys sit there and acknowledge me, he acknowledged him, but went his own separate ways. So, you know, the whole time he kept saying Solo should be on my hip. Like, I already beat his ass and all that too. He should be part of the Bloodline. The same way we got Jacob here, Solo would be the same way. So that's when you seen the Usos again trying to recruit Solo to get back there, and he wasn't having it. So you saw all that happens, but you see Solo disrespecting Roman, telling him to kiss his ass, I ain't coming back. So when it was done, Solo is looking at the screen, and the way how he was like looking at, like, oh, I fucked up. Like, it was a comedic thing. And I was hilarious. So Roman was like, yo, is this shit is a joke to you and shit like that? Like, I'm looking at you right now, like, you got this watch on, like, I mean, it's just bracelet, watch on, whatever it is. And you let me know, like, yo, you got the chain on too. Look at these shades, man. Took the shades off and stomps on him and all that too. So now you know someone like, you know, Roman is just on a different time right now. Like, I ain't joking with you. Like, you looking at me eye to eye right now. Like, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be on your knees begging to be back on the Bloodline and shit. So that's when Jacob out of nowhere hits a super kick to Solo and all that too, brings him down to his knees, and then he locks in the Tongan death grip onto him too. And at this point, we thought the saxophone getting loud, and he about to get packed up until Roman pulls him off and he says, yo, I didn't tell you to lock that in. Like, you know, I got this and all that. You let me handle this whole thing with Solo. So as it's happening, he says, you know, I could like go further and have him pack you up, but I'm gonna leave you right there. And you know, there's some other business I gotta take care of. So he let me know, like, you know, when it comes down to blah, like, you know, I'm the tribal chief and I have my captains here. And he alluded to Jimmy and Jay and said they ran the play, they executed. So because of that, you know, I gotta reward them. So that's when he brings out their own personal Ula followers, but it's like a black version of them too. So Jay gets one, Jimmy gets one. But if you realize, Jacob never had one. And the amount of frustration on his face seeing that happen, you can tell that he was fed up. And he just had enough of it because he felt like the outcast of it all right there. And he felt unappreciated. So as that happened, you know, you hear Roman talking his shit, as always. And then LA Knight comes in. So he's moving with a sense of urgency and all that. And the whole entire time, Jacob is in the corner. Like, he's not even paying no mind and all that too. So LA gets up there and he goes on attack, gets Jay out the ring, gets Jimmy out the ring and all. So he turns his attention to Roman Reigns. So just like it's about to happen, you see Jacob goes on attack mode and takes out LA. And when it looked like he about to go lock an Italian death grip, you see Roman pretty much block him and said, nah, like we ain't gonna do that. Like I'm gonna bitch slap him and all that too. Like you let me handle this and all. You just wait for my call if I need you. And that's pretty much what it was. So when it looked like Roman about to put the beat down onto LA, he looked at Solo and said, nah, bump that. Like, this is going to be a whole different thing. So he ended up picking on Solo, and the Usos lifting up LA Knight. And he brings it to him. I'm like, nah. He said, normally I would have packed up LA Knight, but nah. It's just I feel like you. Like, you brought his ass here and all that. So you usually want to do that. Like, he ain't your family. We're your family and all that, too. And, like, this bloodline run deep and all that. So, you know, you're going to finish him off and, like, put an end to all of this shit. So the whole time, Solo's looking and, you know, he's looking at LA and he pretty much saying, you know, I'm sorry I gotta do this. You know, it's out of my hands right now. I'm sorry, I apologize. And when he lift him up and he about to hit a Samoan spike, this when they swerve us and he hits Roman Reigns with a Samoan spike, and the way that crowd was at an uproar when that happened right there, that was so fucking dope to see. And they popped for Solo right there. Like you can tell this man is a baby face right now. So he hits Solo with Solo hits him with a Samoan spike. And at this point right now, he turns his attention to the Usos. He said, this your warning side, went pew, and then decides to put the beats on the Jay. Then, you know, focus on Jimmy. But this is going to LA Knight turn his attention on him, hitting a BFT on him. And Solo is packing up Jay on the outside of the ring. Like, he is just going at him. So meanwhile, as that happening, you see LA Knight and Jacob have an interaction with each other. And LA Knight like, what you gonna do? So he's not gonna do nothing. Meanwhile, Roman right there is like the setup for the Superman punch, but LA was able to counter that, hits the BFT on him and all that, and have him laid out on the middle of the ring. So then he turns his attention to Jacob, like, all right, like, you gonna do something now? Like, I let everybody out here right now. This is your opportunity right here. And at this point, Jacob just he stay in the corner. And he's all right, I ain't gonna mind it. Then that's when Solo comes in and they both acknowledge each other and left about the ring and all that too. And that's the crazy part about it. The whole entire time, Jacob haven't done anything. Since he's been stopped by Roman from finishing an attack on Solo, then finished an attack on LA Knight, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Y'all don't want me to do anything. I'm gonna play the back seat and not do nothing like at all. And that is gonna play a major part, you know, as thing progresses, because you see Jacob is fed up on how he's been mistreated since he's been part of the bloodline, since he's been a right hand for Roman Reigns, and think that it's gonna count for something. Like, I packed up Roy Keys and all that too. I did my part, but the Usos on the hand, you know, you call them team captains, they get all the followers, and I don't get one. Like, you know, he's gonna feel a certain way. And seeing how Solo made the move he did, and of course with the assistance from LA Knight, you know, I will not be surprised as weeks goes on and he continues to get mistreated the way he do, especially how Jay gonna talk mess about him now. You know, he's not gonna look to make a move, you know, to Jay or probably Roman in this case. He starts to talk slick. So I love what they cooking with this, man. This was fantastic. And Solo, like, he's a made man now, and I feel like they really giving him an opportunity, you know, in this babyface role and letting him run with it too. I think they're gonna pull a magnificent job with that too. So I cannot wait what they have in store for him. This is the opportunity right here, man. Like, he's over big. I'm telling you right now, like, everybody in the crowd been chanting Solo very, very, very loud. So expect to see that a lot more. So I want to see where they go with this direction when it comes to him, man. But that was fantastic show. I enjoyed it a whole lot. if I had to get a rating, in my opinion, I'll probably get a 10 out of 10 because we have 4 banger matches and all that too. I love the segment with LA Knight. With Oba and Braun Breaker as well. And then of course the closeout of the show with the Bloodline in Solo and all that, and Solo refusing to join them and all. So that was dope. So I enjoyed it. Comment down below. Let me know what was your favorite part of Monday Night Raw. Did you like the show? What would you rate it? And of course, did you enjoy that last segment with the Bloodline and Solo and all that too? And also, are you excited for Oba and Braun, to face each other at Sunday Night Main Event as we're getting closer to that that show as well? But I appreciate y'all love and support. Road to 300 subscribers. Continue to keep God first as the process of anything that you do at life. Your time will come, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.
Game over, yeah!